ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणरघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं श्रीकृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सहगणललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकान्त राधाकान्त नमोस्तुते। तप्त काञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। नमो महावदान्याय कृष्णप्रेमप्रदायिने कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्य नाम्ने गौरत्विषे नमः। पञ्चतत्त्वात्मकं कृष्णं भक्तरूपस्वरूपकं भक्तावतारं भक्ताख्यं नमामि भक्तशक्तिकं। श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौरभक्तवृंदा। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। जन्माद्यस्य यतोऽन्वयादितरतश्चार्थसुभिज्ञस्वराट् तेने ब्रह्महृदायादिकवये मुह्यन्ति यत्सूरयः। तेजो वारिमृदां यथा विनिमयो यत्र त्रिसर्गो मृषा धाम्ना स्वेन सदा निरस्तकुहकं सत्यं परं धीमहि। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। स्वस्ति अस्तु विश्वस्य खलः प्रसीदतां ध्यायन्तु भूतानि शिवं मिथो धिया। मनश्च भद्रं भजतादधोक्षजे आवेश्यतां नो मतिरप्यहैतुकी। We are reading from Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, Canto 11, Chapter 11, verse number 29. In the previous 3 verses, Uddhava asks Sri Krishna about the symptoms of a devotee, what are his characteristics, and what kind of devotion should be executed, and how we can meditate on you, and said that you are qualified to answer this. So hearing this, Bhagavan begins to reply. Mohini,
I was having a question on the verse 18, where the verse is Shabda Brahmani Nishnato Na Nishnayat Pare Yadi. So my question was like this: Pare was interpreted as Bhagavan, and the Nishnayat Pare means to be expert in understanding it to be bhakti to Bhagavan. So I was wondering, how does other sampradaya interpret this word pare here in this context, like Ramanuja? Or is this a unique Gaudiya interpretation that Shabda Brahma means the Vedas, and Para-Brahma here means Bhagavan, Krishna, or does Ramanuja also see it in that way?
I don't know, I'm not doing comparative study.
Okay.
Sri Bhagwan Uvacha Kripalurakrit Droha Stitikshuhu Sarvadehinam Satyasaro Navadyatma Sama Sarvopakarakah Kamairahat Dhirdanto Mridu Suchirakinchanaha Aniho Mitubhukshantaha Sthiro Macharno Munihi Apramatto Gabhiratma Dhritimanjit Sadgunaha Amani Manada Kalpo Kalyo Matra Karunika Kavihi. So Agyaeva Gunan Doshan Mayadishtanapi Svakan Dharman Santajya Sarman Mam Bhajet Sacha Sattamaha. So in these four slokas he is describing who is Sattama, means the best. Sat means sadhu, saintly person. The word saint in Sanskrit we have Santa, it comes from Sat, San Santa Santa. So he says he is the best of saintly people who gives up all dharmas and worships me after knowing the virtue and vice of dharma, even that which has been instructed by me. And then he is giving the characteristic of that person. So the first one says is Kripalu. So Kripalu means one who is gracious. Akrit Droha means harmless, who does not do any droha, harm to anyone else. Titikshu is tolerant. Sarvadahinam means towards all. So one may be gracious to one's family members, tolerant towards them, but it says Sarvadahinam. Satyasaro Anavadhyatma. Sara means strength, Sara means essence, both meaning are there. So his strength is truthfulness, or his essence means his principle of his life is truthfulness. Anavadhyatma, he is pure-hearted. Sama, equanimous. Sarvopkaraka, he does welfare to all. Kamair ahatadhir, his intelligence is not subdued by material desires. Danta, he has control over his senses. Mridu, he is gentle. Suchi means clean. And Akinchana means he does not have the sense of possessiveness. Aniha, he does not work for material goals. Mitbhuk, he is balanced in eating. Shanta means peaceful. Sthira, stable, not wavering. Macharna Munihi, and he is sheltered under me, he is thoughtful. Apramatta means he is very conscious, very alert, not confused, lost. Gabhiratma, he is a deep thinker. Dhritiman, he has forbearance. And Jit Sadguna, he has control over 6 gunas, qualities. Amani, He is not looking for respect for himself or herself, manada, but he is very respectful towards others. Kalya means he is expert in dealings with others. Maitraha, friendly. Karunika is compassionate. So there are two words here, Kripalu and Karunika. Generally they seem like synonymous. Kripalu also means one who has kripa, merciful. Karunika is also. But since both are used, so you have to make some difference. So kripa is in the mind, karuna is external. Then kavi. Kavi means learned, kavi means poet. Kavi means who has viveka, who has sense of discernment. So these are the characteristics of a devotee which he describes here. And he says, Agyaya evam gunan doshan. So in this way, understanding what is virtue and what is vice, and maya adhishtanapi swakan and dharman, and also understanding what is one's dharma. So he gives up everything and engages in devotion. As Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Sarva dharman parityajya mamekam sharanam braja. So let's see the commentary. So Sri Vishnu Chakravarti says, Karma Jnanadi Mishra Kevla Chaiti Mad Bhaktai Dvividhyam Cha Tat Pravartaka Sadhuropi Dvividhas Tatra Prathama Trivi. So he says that there are two types of sadhus. Sadhu here means devotees, because the question was about devotees. So there are two types of devotees. First one is who is mixed, his devotion is mixed with karma yoga or jnana yoga. So therefore it says karma, jnana adi bhi. Adi means yoga, it could be mixed with yoga. So he is a mixed bhakta. And the second one is kevala. Kevala means not mixed, pure. Kevala means only. So that means there are two types of devotees. There are pure devotees and there are impure devotees, mixed. So mad bhakter dvaividhyam cha pravartaka sadhu. So because bhakti is of two types, there is a pure devotion and there is a mixed devotion. So therefore the devotees are also of two types, pure devotees and mixed devotees. So tatra prathama maha tribhi. So he is describing the first one in the first three verses. First one means the mixed one, and it's primarily mixed with jnani. So kripaluhu parasya samsar dukkha asahishnu. So kripalu means one who is unable to tolerate the suffering of others, of people in the material world. So such a person is called kripalu. And if you remember this aluch pratyaya, so that means it is not some incidental characteristic, but this is the svabhav. Swadrohini api jane akrita droha. So droha means to harm somebody, to rebel against someone. And akrita droha means that he does not do that even to a person who is acting against oneself. So that is called akrit droha. Sarvadehinam swam avajanatam api. So the word used here is kripalu, akrit droha, titikshu. Titikshu he did not comment because it's simple. Titikshu means tolerant. Tolerant of dualities. Because in our life there are always some dualities. Everything is not according to our wish. So when things don't come according to our wish, then we have to have some tolerance. Even if you find a solution, it may not come immediately. Even if you are feeling hot, you turn on the AC, it may take 10 minutes before it cools. So you have to at least tolerate for 10 minutes. And if the electricity fails in India, then it may be 10 hours. So therefore it says better be titikshu, especially in India. It's very important quality required here. So he says, Swam avjanatam api titikshur aparadakshanta. So he gives another meaning of titikshu. He says to tolerate the offense created by someone who is even disrespecting you. Swam avjanatam api. So to tolerate that, not tolerate, but actually to forgive the offense. Satyam satyasara, next characteristic, it says Satyam eva saro balam yasya sa. So the word sara is many times used in the sense of essence, and sara also means strength. So satyasara means satya eva saro yasya sa, whose strength is truth. So people have different strength. Some people's strength is also lie. So balanam rodanam balam, chauranam anritam balam. They are saying that the power of children in crying. So when they cry, then everybody gives attention to them. This is their power. And the power of thief is telling lies, because he is not going to admit that he stole. So choranam anritam means untruthfulness is also strength. This is their strength. That's how they survive. If they become truthful, then they will get caught. So he says that his strength is truthfulness. Anavadhyatma, and he is pure-hearted, which means asuyadi dosha rahita. So he is devoid of the qualities such as asuya. So asuya means parutkars asahanam, unable to tolerate another person's progress. So what you call jealousy. So it's free from jealousy. Jealousy is also all-pervading quality, right? Like untruthfulness, they are everywhere in the air. So you can see them all around. So he does not have this virus of asuya. Asuya is very prevalent characteristic. Then samaha. Sama means equanimous, balanced. So sukha dukkhabhyam mana apmanabhyam cha tulya. So he is equanimous. First he says in sukha and dukkha. So as I said that we are always facing situations. Sometimes they are pleasant and sometimes unpleasant. So remaining balanced in both, because both types of situation come to everybody, nobody can avoid it. And the other one is man and apman, honor and disrespect. This also comes to everybody. Sometimes people respect you, they praise you, and sometimes they disrespect. And both can come just like that. People can criticize you and you may wonder why they are criticizing, I didn't do anything. No, they also praise you sometimes when you don't do anything. So just as you get praised for nothing, you also get criticized for nothing. So don't be very happy when you get praised for nothing, because then you'll be very sad when you'll get criticized for nothing. So if you don't want to feel bad when you get criticized, don't feel happy when you get praised. That is the mantra. But people don't know this secret. Even those who want to remain balanced, they think that when somebody criticizes me, I will not become disturbed. No, that is impossible if you feel happy when somebody praises you. If somebody praises you, then you are making sure that you will be disturbed when somebody criticizes you. Because they go together. So therefore it says manapamani. Manapamaniyor tulyam tulyam mitrari pakshayo. Samas manapamaniyo. Krishna says in Gita at least 3 times he said this. Then he says Kamair ahat dhi. Dhi means intellect, ahat means not killed. So your intellect is not killed by the lust. Kamayesha krodhais rajagun samudbhava mahasano mahapapma vidhenam ahivairinam indriyani manobuddhi rasyadhishtanam uchyate etai vihumohityesha. So these are the places where kama attacks. Because if you want to attack an enemy, you have to find which are the points which are weak, vital spots. Right? So these are the vital spots for person to be attacked by kama. So he says he is not disturbed by that. So kamair akshubhi akshubhita chittaha. So ahat dhi means that his chitta, his heart, does not become agitated by kama. Kama means material desire, kama means lust also. So here it is used in the sense of lust. Lust does not mean only related with physical union, but excessive desire for anything is kama here. Then danta sanyata bahyendriya. So his external senses are under control. Then mridu akathor chitta. Mridu means he does not have a hard heart, soft-hearted. Suchi sadachara. Suchi means he is sadachara, means he follows the principles of dharma, acharan. Akinchana aparigraha. Kinchana means does not have possessions. Aniha vyahvarik kriya sunya. So aniha, iha means action, aniha inaction, means does not engage in worldly activities. Mitbhuk pavitra laghu ahar. So this is also important. Health should also be taken care. So for that mitbhuk, hitbhuk, nitbhuk. So 3 things that you eat. Mitbhuk. So mitbhuk means pavitra laghu ahar. So eat laghu, light and clean, organic. And hitbhuk, what is wholesome, salubrious to your constitution. And nitbhuk, regularly. So Shanta, Shantiratiman. So he gives a special meaning to the word Shanta. Shanta means peaceful, but he says here Shanta means Sant Bhakta. He is Santrati because the talk over here is about Jnani Bhakta. So Jnani Bhakta is also called Shanta Bhakta. So that's why he is translating the word Shanta as Shantaratiman. Sthira. Sthira swadharmam swakrityeshu falodaya paryantam avyagraha. So sthira means stable. So what does it mean? So he says that whatever is one's duty, svakrityeshu, everybody has got some kritya, some duty, responsibility. So he does not give it up unless he attains the result. Every action has got some outcome. So he reaches the outcome without becoming Vyagra, overly agitated. So therefore he says Avyagraha. Falodaya paryant, till Falade, Fal Udaya. Falade. Should be Falodaya. Afalodaya Krita Sthira iti Tallakshanat. So there is some statement from somewhere that Sthira means, it is described somewhere that Sthira means one who remains engaged till the result has come. Macharna Madek Ashray. Macharna means he is sheltered only under me. So not duality, that sheltered here, sheltered there. So only one shelter. And Munir Mananshila. Muni means thoughtful. Then Apramatta Savdhana. So this is also important. So we are not careful when we are working, we don't function with attention. So he says that he is very attentive, not negligent. Gabhiratma Annir Duravgahya Svabhava. Then the next characteristic is that Gabhiratma. Gabhir means deep. So he is a deep thinker, or you can say that others cannot understand his mind, what he is thinking, what he is planning, what is intention, difficult for others to understand. It's like when something is very deep, like a lake, then you don't know what is at the bottom. If it is shallow, it is visible from the top. Something deep you cannot figure out. So that is Gabhiratma. Dhritiman Nirvikara. Dhritiman means that there are no changes in the mind, remains very stable in the emotions. Some people very emotional, triggered for very small things. This triggered me, that triggered me, I got triggered. So they are all the time looking for a trigger. If they don't get a trigger, then they search for it. Where can I find one? Just like people who are addicted to smoking. So every, few, whatever interval of time, they get this urge to smoke. Like that, people get the urge for the trigger. So then they will go and look for it here and there and find one. Then they get triggered, then say, oh, I got triggered. And then they pacify. So it's like they get high on it, like smoking. So he is not like that. So he remains nirvikara. Then Jita Shadguna. So he has control over 6 things. What are these? Shuta Pipasha, the Urmi Rahita. So it's generally considered as hunger, thirst, grief, delusion, old age, death. These are called Sadgunas. So Urmi Rahita means he is not disturbed by them. Then Amani. Amani means Manaka Akanksha Sunya. He is not having any Akanksha for respect. This is also a very difficult quality to attain, to be Amani. We all have desire that we get some praise from others. We do many things just for that, to get some praise. So in social media, we are always hoping somebody to give us some thumbs up, like sign, right? So what is thumbs up? Is man. If you don't get that, you feel little low energy. So he says he does not have that. So it means his life is not dependent on others. Otherwise your happiness depends on others, not on you, your own self. And anyabhyo manaprada, and his manada means he gives respect to others. So he has no problem giving thumbs up to others. Kalya parbodhane daksha. Kalya is a very interesting word. So he says that he is very good teacher. He is able to explain things expertly to others. That is called Kalya. Parbodhane daksha.
Babaji, I have heard kalpa.
Kalpa is
The
wrong.
meaning is given the same.
It's,
Kalpa.
it's a mistake because there is no such meaning of kalpa.
And the slok is also say kalpa. Kalpo metra karunika kavihi.
I'm okay, make it kalpa, but I remember the word kalya having that meaning. Anyway, kalpa also means samartha. That's one meaning. So you can have kalpa also. So Maitraha avanchaka. So he is not a cheater. So generally Maitra means who is friend. But now these days there are a lot of friends. So you don't know really who is actually friend, who is not actually friend, what is the quality. So he says at least one who is friend is not cheating you. So that's the basic characteristic. Even if he is not doing good to you, he should not cheat you. Deceive you, tell lies to you, take advantage of you. That's not a friend. Karunikaha karunaeva pravartamana. So karunika means that he acts out of karuna, out of compassion. And kavir bandha mokshagya. So as I said, kavi has many meanings. So he says the kavi means one who knows what is bondage and what is freedom. What will give you bondage, what will put you in trouble, what will make you free, no strings attached. So that is called kavi. Then what else is there? Iti ashtavinstir gunvanayam sattama iti uttrasya anusanga. So he says that these are 28 qualities which are mentioned here. And this is to be carried over to the next sloka where he says that dharman santajya sarvan mam bhajet sacha sattama. So there the word there used is sattama. So that is considered as the best of the devotees who has got these 28 qualities. अतः शांत इति जित षड्गुण इति पद्भ्यामयम् सिद्ध भक्तो निर्वाण वांछा शून्यत्वात् भक्त आत्मा राम शांत भक्त इति संज्ञाभ्याम उच्यते. So now he says that because there were two characteristics which were included in this 28 list of 28 qualities. One was Shanta, other was Jita Sadguna. So Shanta, we already described it, means Shantaratiman, means a devotee who is having Shantarati, Sant Bhakta. And the other one, he said, was Jita Sadguna, who has control over 6 characteristics which include hunger, thirst, grief, delusion, old age and death. So now because it also includes death, etc., so he says that this characteristic is possible only if he is a Siddha Bhakta. Because Siddha Bhakta will not have death. Means even if he is living in this human body and attained Siddha status, then he will not die. Because he already has his Swarupa. So therefore from this he is making this conclusion that iti padabhyam I am siddha bhakta. That because of these two words, two characteristics which are included here in the list of 28, so he is a siddha bhakta, perfected devotee. And nirvana vancha sunyatvat bhakta atmarama. And because he does not have the desire for nirvana, means saijya mukti, so therefore he is a atmaram bhakta. Like the Kumaras. So therefore he says he is called Atmaram Bhakta, Atmarama Shanta Bhakta, or he is called Shanta Bhakta. So 5 types of bhaktas are there. The first one is Shanta, then you have Dasya, Sakhya, Vatsalya, Madhurya. So these are the qualities of Shanta Bhakta in sense. So iti sanghabhyam uchyate. So these are the 2 words used for this devotee. Now he says something more on this, which is interesting. So he says, Ayam swapurva dashayam jnana mishra bhaktiman. So because he said that this is a siddha bhakta, perfected devotee, so he says that the immediate status of this person was that he was a Jnani Mishra Bhakta. So he said, Swapurva Dasayam Jnana Mishra Bhaktiman. He had bhakti which was Jnana Mishra Bhakti. And before that, before he even come to the Jnana Mishra Bhakti stage, Tat Purva Dasayam Karma Mishra Bhaktiman Asit. So before that his bhakti was even Karma Mishra Bhakti. So tada asya bhaktehe pradhanyam siddhi dashayam tu karma jnanadi anadaranath shuddha bhakte eva yamuchyate. So he is giving a order how he became Jnani Bhakta. And this is how generally those who are Jnani Bhaktas, they progress in there. So they may be first engaged in Karma Yoga, like Varnashram system in the olden days. But Varnashram, one can follow just Varnashram Dharma, and or one can follow Varnashram with Bhakti. And then if Bhakti is prominent and Varnashram is secondary to that, then that is called Karma Mishra Bhakta. Because Bhakti is Pradhan, Bhakti is prominent, Karma is secondary, Gauna. Mukhya is Bhakti and Karma is secondary. Then when he continues to perform Karma Mishra Bhakti like this, then his heart will get purified. So then he will attain Jnana. So he will become renounced. So then he will practice Jnana, Tapasya, etc. So then he becomes Jnana Mishra Bhakti or Jnana Mishra Bhakta. So it is the second stage. And then when he continues with that, then he gives up all desires, including the desire for moksha. So then he attains Siddha, perfected state. At that time he is no more mixed devotee, now he is a pure devotee, Shanta Bhakta. He may be still called as Jnani Bhakta because he came through that path, but now he is called Shanta Bhakta. So therefore he says that Karma Jnanadi Anadaranath Shuddha Bhakta eva muchyate. That because he disregards Jnana and Karma, then he is called Shuddha Bhakta. If he still gives prominence to Jnana, then he may be Jnani Bhakta, not Shuddha Bhakta. Iti ataha sattama iti Jnana Mishra Bhaktiman Sattara Karma Mishra Bhaktiman San iti avgamyate. So now because this devotee is called Sattama, so Tama is the superlative in this suffix, and Tara is a comparative, and without suffix is Sat. So you have Sat, Sattara, Sattama. So he says this bhakta is called Sattama when he had not attained perfection and he was in the previous state where he was Gyan Mishra Bhakta, that would be called as Sattara. And when he was not even at that stage and he was Karm Mishra Bhakta, then he is called Sattara, San, Sat only, just Sat, just normal Bhakta. So Bhakta, Bhaktatara, Bhaktatama. These are the three states. Ato ayam swasanginam swatulyam chikirshu prathamam karmishram bhaktim upadishati tatastena upadishta sacha niskam karma mishram eva bhaktim kuruvan karmani tyajet yogi karmbhis tyajyate hi sa iti nyayena arud dasayam anadritatvat sateva karmanam uparamisati gyan mishram bhaktim labhate. So now he says that this type of bhakta, what he will do, that if he preaches to others, then he will engage the others in karma mishra bhakti first. Knowing that people in general, they have material desires, so first they have to get purified with that. So therefore he says, Atoyam swasanginam swatulyam chikirshu, that when he wants others to advance to the level which he has attained, so first he will give them instruction of karma mishra bhakti. And then when he has given them this instruction, he is going to perform niskam karma mishra bhakti. And then by doing that, karmani tyajte yogi karmbhis tyajte hisa iti nyayena. So when he advances, then he says that the karma yogi, he gives up karma, but this person, the karmas give him up. So then he drops karma, because karma drop him iti nyayena arud dasayam anadritatvat. So when he becomes advanced, then he disregards karma himself. Swatayeva karmanam uparame sati gyan mishram bhaktim labhte. So naturally the karmas come to an end, then he attains the status of gyan mishra bhakti. Tatas tatpak dashayam bhaktehe prabalye sati gyane api anadritatvat upramat praye sati bhaktatmarama iti shanta bhakta iti sangyabhyam sacha api uchyamano bhavati. And then when that Gyan Mishra Bhakti becomes matured, then he disrespects the Jnana also. And Bhakti anadritatvat upramat prayasati. So then his Jnana also almost comes to an end. So such a person can be called as Bhakta Atmaram. Atmaram are two types. There are Jnani Atmaram and Bhakta Atmaram. So then he is called Bhakta Atmaram or Shanta Bhakta. Although he has not, may have attained yet the Siddha state, but still he is almost there. So he is also called. That's why it says Sangyabhyam Sacha Api Uchyamano Bhavati. So Api means he also. So the previous one and he also. Tasya Jnane Anadaro Yatha Bhakti Rasamrit Sindhu Dhrita Tadukti. So his disregard for Jnana is as it is stated in Bhakti Rasamrit Sindhu. Asmin Sukaghan Murtau Paramatmani Vrishni Pattane Sparati Atmaram Taya Me Vritha Gato Vat Chiraka Chiram Kala. So he says that now when my mind has become attracted to Krishna, who is in Dwarka, Paramatma, who is personification of intense bliss, So now I realize that I wasted my time earlier. Vritha gato vatchiram kalam. And then as Sukdev also said, Harer gunakshipta matir bhagavan badarayani adhyagan mehadakhyanam nityam vishnu janapriya. So he was also Atmaram, Sukdev also. Atmaramasya munyo nirgranthapi rukrame. It was described about him by Sut Goswami. But then his mind was attracted by the beauty of Krishna, Harer gunakshiptamati, by the qualities of Krishna. So then he studied Bhāgavatam. So when he studied Bhāgavatam, then he became Bhakta Atmaram. Before he was Jnani Atmaram. Prathme cha taddasayam bhakti badhitasya jnanasya sattvepi tasya bhakti anavarakatvat. So he says that in the first stage, bhakti badhitasya jnanasya api sattevepi, that this jnana which is later on subdued by bhakti, although he has that jnana, but this jnana does not cover him. And this is the meaning in the famous sloka of Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, Anyabhilashita Sunyam Jnana Karmadi Anavritam Anukullena Krishnanusilanam Bhakti Ruchyate. So when Rupa Goswami is describing or giving the characteristic of Uttama Bhakti, so he is saying that Uttam Bhakti is Anyabhilashita Sunyam. It is devoid of any other desire other than Bhakti. And Jnana Karmadi Anavritam. It is not covered by Jnana or Karma. That means Jnana and Karma are there, but they do not cover it. So do not cover it means that they do not become prominent. So the goal of Bhakti remains prominent and they are just Sangha. So that's what you call as Sangha Siddha Bhakti. Means the activities of Jnana and Karma, they are also called Bhakti because of the prominence of Bhakti. They do not cover it up. So that's the significance of the word, why he used the word Anavritam. Could have also said Sunyam or Rahitam. So that's what he's saying, that Bhakti badhitasya jnanasya sattveapi. That jnana, although being subdued by bhakti, tasya bhakti anavarakatvat. It does not cover up bhakti. So Suddha Bhakti Lakshanasya Tatra Navyaptirgeya. So therefore he says that in that state it is not that the definition of Shuddha Bhakti does not apply to him. Because if Jnana is there, then one may say that he is Jnana Mishra Bhakta, how can he be considered as pure Bhakta? So he was Jnana Mishra Bhakta before he attained disregard for Jnana. But when this Jnana becomes Badhita by Bhakti, then it is no more Mishra, but it is just along with it, it's not covering it. Means he may still continue to follow some of the principles of Gyan Marg, but he is not dependent on them anymore. That is the significance of it. So these are the now sloka number 32. Agyaya evam gunan doshan maya dishtan api swakan dharman santajya sarvan mam bhajet sacha sattama. Purushottam Prabhu.
Still not clear on the word Bhakti Badhita. So his knowledge is not covered by Bhakti or vice versa, or that's it?
Yes. No, his knowledge is not superior to Bhakti anymore. Our knowledge is secondary. Means it is not prominent. Badhita means that it is bhakti which is superior. So either he is not engaging in any activities of jnana, or if he engages, that may be just because of the lokachar, not that he is taking any help from it. That is the meaning of bhakti badhitasya jnanas.
But before that we discussed that he actually gave up the jnana and he comes to the stage of bhakti. So if he has given up the jnana, how this jnana is badhita then?
No, that was for the Siddha Bhakta. That is when he has attained the state of Siddha. But when he is practicing, then he is talking about that.
Okay, so this is sadhana bhakta then basically.
Yeah, because that's what he was giving. That such a niskam karam misram bhaktim kurvan karmani tyajte iti nyayana arud dasayam anadritvat sateva karmanam pramasati gyan misram bhaktim labte tatastat pak dasayam bhakte prabalye sati gyane api anadritatvat uparamat praye. So he says uparamat praye means almost given up.
Okay.
He did not say complete uparam. So that's what I said, that it may be just out of habit he is doing, or out of lokachar he is doing, but not that it is part of his sadhana anymore.
Okay, thank you.
Sandeep.
Pranam Babaji Maharaj. So this Gyan here is Brahm Gyan. Gyan, what is exactly meaning by Gyan? Is it Gyan, this Brahmekatva?
No, it cannot be Brahmekatva. If it is Brahmekatva, how he will do bhakti? How bhakti and Brahmekatva will go together? Unless if he does that, then he will not be a Gyan Mishra Bhakta, he will be Bhakt Mishra Gyani. So because
So what exactly is
Gyan means
here?
Vairagya, austerities, not engaging in the karma kanda activities. That's what his Gyan is.
Okay, so if some trace of there, that is there, as you said by Lokachar, then still he is to be considered as a Shuddha Bhakta.
Yes.
And some trace of Vaijara.
Yeah, that's what it says, Uparamat Praye Sati. Praye means almost.
The second doubt is this Karam Mishra. Like you explained, Varnashram becomes secondary and Bhakti becomes primary. But in today's context, will there be any Karam Mishra Bhakti?
Today's context, Karma Mishra Bhakti, now it depends if you do something related with karma. Like if you say, like somebody was asking me that I am a devotee, but I feel obliged to my forefathers. I want to do Shraddha. So now if he wants to do that, that will become the mixture.
Okay.
So although there is Varnashrama is not any more prevalent, but some activities are still being done. So if you are doing them just because it is a lokachar, it is a family tradition, you do that, that is one thing. But if you think that, I feel this is necessary and then that is what will become a mixture. Means without that you feel that something is wrong in your behavior, something is missing, or you will get some reaction if you don't do that. So if you do with that intention, then you are mixing, because now you are taking shelter of that karma to get rid of some obligation. And you don't think that by doing bhakti that obligation will be fulfilled. So now that's how, but you are also doing devotional activities. So this is what mixture means. Mohini.
So,
Yeah.
this one last doubt. I ask?
Yeah, bolo.
So, like this, he has some lokacha, but maybe he is feeling some obligation towards his forefathers or doing shah,
Yeah,
etc.
if you do it out of obligation, then you are mixing it. That's what I'm saying. Means now you think that this obligation cannot be fulfilled by bhakti. It has so you have to do this karma. Then that is mixture. That's what I'm saying.
Then he will graduate from there to this Gyan Bhagavatam.
Yes.
Because that is what is the sequence we understood from this commentary.
Yes.
Okay.
Mohini.
I was wondering, does the person at the initial level who is engaged in karma, yoga, with the predominance of bhakti, does he have to fix his goal already then, that his goal is bhakta atmaramata or shanta bhaktata? Or does this refinement, like he also gives up the jnana part and focuses on bhakti, does this come on the later stage when his heart becomes pure and his practice develops into jnana mishra bhakti? Does it become at that point important to decide? Or does he have to already decide?
So what is he deciding in the beginning? When he is doing karmishra bhakti, what is his goal?
I guess his goal might be to become liberated from the samsara, and he realizes, okay.
So then how is that bhakti?
Okay.
How is that bhakti?
Okay, that is not.
Then you are only using bhakti for moksha.
Okay.
So you have to understand what is the ultimate goal you want to achieve. Then only it becomes whether you are following karma marg or jnana marg. Otherwise, jnanis are also doing bhakti, but why are they not called bhakta? Because their goal is not bhakti. Their goal is moksha, which is the ultimate result of jnana marg. That is not the ultimate result of bhakti. If the ultimate result of bhakti is also moksha, then it is not bhakti.
So, but someone who is on the path of jnana without the ultimate result of bhakti, in the later stage of time or of his practice, he may also get the insight that, jnana is not my aim.
How will he get it? How will he get it?
He may get it through sadhu sangha.
Yeah, but it's very rare anything happening like this. People don't suddenly switch like that. Anybody who is following path and going up to that level, then it's very difficult to change. But you hear that Sukdev Goswami or Kumara changed, this is very unusual. It's very rarely that somebody switches like that.
Okay, so the practitioner who gets in the contact of the Bhakta Atmarama or Shanta Bhakta, and if they start practice their sadhana, then they have the goal of bhakti ultimately through the process of karma.
It's just like when you are driving somewhere with your car, you have to already know where you are going. It's not that halfway you say, oh, actually I want to go there. Does it happen like that?
No.
Before you start your journey, you know this is where I want to go. You don't keep on changing your journey here and there. And actually I don't like this road, I will take another one now. There may be some cases like that, people are not fixed, they're just driving. So they may say, okay, let me check this road also. But if you are actually following, if you say I am a karma yogi, I am a jnana yogi, that means you have an idea what you are doing and where you want to go. And generally now, because you see people all the time jumping one place to another place, generally it doesn't happen. Why this happens? Because people actually are not following even that path. Even when they are jumping one to another one, they were neither following the previous one nor they are following the next one. They are just like tourists, spiritual tourists. So now the spiritual tourism is very common. But originally it was not like that. People were very, what you call the word fanatic about their, like in India, if somebody is worshipping Shiva, you try to tell him 100 things about Vishnu, he is not going to deviate from that. He says, forget it, Shiva is the ultimate. He is the one who drank poison, nobody could help. Where was Vishnu at that time? Vishnu was right there. He could not help, they have to bring Shiva. Was Vishnu not there? So they will have their own arguments. So people don't change easily like that wishy-washy, which you see at present. At present, there is no sthirta, the quality is that now they are asthira. You go this way, you go this, like wind is blowing this side, okay, let's go here. Wind blows to other side, let's go there. So this is not spirituality. This is what I'm saying, it is spiritual tourism. Okay.